The story of Adam and Eve is one we think we know: a garden, a serpent, a forbidden fruit. But what happened after they were cast out of Eden? Today we explore the apocryphal life of Adam and Eve, an ancient and deeply human story of sin, suffering, and redemption. The tale begins after their expulsion from paradise. Adam and Eve, burdened with shame and hardship, settle to the east of Eden. Time passes and their family grows. Eve gives birth to two sons, Cain and Abel, but the joy of life is soon marred by tragedy. One night, Eve has a vision. Cain, consumed by rage, spills the blood of his brother Abel. Her dream becomes reality, and their first home is forever stained by fratricide. Distraught, Adam and Eve cling to hope when God promises another son, Seth, who will carry the legacy of righteousness. Years later, Adam falls gravely ill. He calls for his family, knowing his end is near. In desperation, he remembers the oil of mercy, a divine balm said to flow from the tree of life in paradise. Summoning Eve and Seth, he sends them on a perilous journey to retrieve it. The journey is fraught with danger. Along the way, they are confronted by a wild beast. Eve pleads with the creature, reminding it of humanity's dominion granted by God. Her words reveal the weight of her guilt. "If I come to the day of resurrection, all who have sinned will curse me, saying, 'Eve has not kept God's command.'" When they reach the gates of paradise, the archangel Michael appears. He denies their request, telling them the oil of mercy is not for this age. It will only be given at the end of time, when all humanity is restored. Eve and Seth return to Adam, bearing the heartbreaking news. As Adam's strength fades, he recounts their first days in Eden and the events that led to their downfall. Eve adds her perspective, describing the serpent's cunning deceit. The devil, disguised as an angel, played on her desire for wisdom, convincing her that God's command was born of envy. Eve's struggle is palpable. She hesitates, fearing God's wrath, but the serpent's half-truths and assurances overcome her resistance. The fruit's poison, described as lust, spreads to Adam when she persuades him to partake. In an instant, their eyes are opened, not to wisdom, but to their own nakedness and shame. God's judgment is swift. The serpent is cursed to crawl on its belly. Eve is condemned to painful childbirth, and Adam to toil in accursed ground. Yet, even in judgment, there is a promise. A Redeemer will one day crush the serpent's head. As Adam's final hour approaches, angels descend to carry his soul to the heavens. Eve's grief is overwhelming. She confesses her sin repeatedly, pleading for forgiveness from God and the heavenly hosts. Shortly after Adam's death, Eve too passes away. Their bodies are buried together alongside Abel's in the very earth from which Adam was formed. This burial, marked by angelic rites, symbolizes the hope of resurrection and reconciliation with God. The life of Adam and Eve is not just an expansion of the Genesis narrative. It's a meditation on the nature of sin, the pain of separation from God, humanity's longing to go back to Eden, and the hope of redemption. Through its vivid storytelling, it invites us to reflect on our own struggles and the promise of divine grace. The story of Adam and Eve doesn't end with their fall or even their deaths. It points forward to a greater hope, a time when humanity will once again walk with God. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the life of Adam and Eve. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. See you next time.